The water surface was freezing at 200 miles per hour. The girl was trapped underwater, swimming desperately upward. Her father reached out his hand ready to pull her up. But just as the girl was about to break through the surface, the water instantly froze into ice. The girl was frozen inside the ice. Hearing Mickey's cries for help, her mother tried to stay calm and told her daughter to control her breathing. The spacesuit had temperature control, and the oxygen could last another 5 hours. If nothing went wrong, they had enough time to get her out. So the father dug frantically at the ice with his knife. Just then Miko noticed a white glow emanating from the collapsed mountain peak in the distance. He guessed the white light was from magnesium deposits, so he immediately told his father about it. Hearing this, the father suddenly had an idea. The chemical reaction between magnesium and ice would be enough to melt the ice quickly. This way they could save Mickey. After comforting Mickey, the father told his wife to stay here and keep watch, and report any updates by radio. Then the father took Miko on the journey to the mountain peak with magnesium. Finally arriving at their destination, the father began carefully collecting the mineral. Just then, Miko let out a scream and fell into an ice cave. Looking at the bottomless crevice, the father could only shout anxiously. Miko finally slid to the bottom. Fortunately, he wasn't injured. He tried to contact his father by radio, but couldn't get a signal here, so he had to walk toward the cave exit himself. Looking at the vibrant forest, Miko froze in amazement. Then his father's voice came through the radio. Learning that Miko wasn't hurt, the father breathed a sigh of relief. The father asked if he could climb up himself. Looking at the steep cliff, Miko said there was no way he could get up alone. With no choice, the father told Miko to wait there. Mickey's situation was more critical. After rescuing his sister, he'd come back immediately to save him. Miko suppressed the fear in his heart and agreed. It was this accident that led Miko to meet the companion who would protect him for life. After the father returned to camp, he immediately poured the magnesium into the dug ice hole, then lit the magnesium with fire. The burning magnesium emitted a blinding white light, melting a large hole in the ice. The father hurriedly scooped out the ice chunks from the hole. Soon he saw Mickey's fingers, which excited everyone. Then disaster struck. The sky suddenly flashed with lightning and thunder as rain poured down. The rainwater pooled and flooded the ice hole. Everything they'd done was in vain. The father wanted to use magnesium again to melt the ice, but the lighter was soaked by rain. Mickey's oxygen was running out. Facing death, the strong Mickey couldn't help but cry. The family refused to give up and kept digging at the ice. They wouldn't give up until the last second, until Mickey's oxygen ran out. The family helplessly held her hand and completely gave up hope. Just then, a massive figure suddenly appeared in the distance. It was a robot carrying Miko. It used its remaining energy, concentrated in its palms, emitting red light, quickly melting the ice. In the rising steam, the girl's body appeared. The robot reached out and pulled the girl out. Seeing the girl saved, the family hugged each other, crying with joy.
Can you do something so we don't freeze?
After hearing Miko's plea, the robot slowly raised its arms. Its palms emitted red light again, helped the family safely survive the cold night.